What's up guys, it has been way too long since I've made a video. I think it's been 2 weeks since I've actually made a video for YouTube, and it's just way too long. This week we are going to talk about what is in my camera bag, and I'm going to try to do it very quickly because I've made this video 3 times and it's like 20 minutes long, and I don't want to do that. Lenses are first. 18 to 55. No, that is wrong. A 10 to 18. This is probably my favorite lens just because a lot of what I do is vlogging and I have a camera really close to me and I'm holding it, so I need a wide angle lens. And I also really like landscape photography where I'm in the woods and there's a lot in the picture. Another wide angle lens I have is a 28mm Olympus. This is actually for my film camera, but I have an adapter to put it on my Canon, which I use all the time because I really like this lens and the way that it turns out colors, and it's just a really good all-around lens if you're not looking for something that's as cropped in as a 50. Speaking of a 50, I have a 50, of course, because it's the nifty 50, you know? You use it for everything. All of my Canon lenses are STM, so they have a silent focus for making videos. It's very helpful, very useful. The next one is going to be a 55 to 250. I gotta stop throwing these things around. 55 to 250, useful for cropping in a photo, getting closer when you can't get closer. Portraits, 70mm to 135mm are really good portrait little area there. I don't know. That lens is really awesome. I don't use it as much just because, like I said, I generally have more wide angle in mind for video and photography just because that's my style, that's what I like to do. Kind of a bridge between the 10 to 18 and the 50mm, somewhere around where the 28mm is a 35mm. I don't use this lens very much, but it doesn't weigh much, so I usually leave it in my bag. I don't use it because the focus is like a 200-degree throw all the way around, which means in video you can get some really smooth, nice focus, but it's kind of a pain when you're trying to take photos and you're trying to take a lot and you're trying to take them fast. So this doesn't get used very much, but it gets used sometimes. And the last lens that I keep in my bag, other than the lens that you're watching this through, which is a 18 to 55, is a 200mm film camera lens with a 2x adapter. This is a cool lens. I don't use it often either, but I will use it when I want a very condensed background, a very condensed picture, even more so than the 55 to 250. Or I have to reach out a little further if I'm taking a picture of an animal and I can't get as close as I want to. This lens comes in handy. I don't usually have it in my bag though, because it's very rare and it's a very specialty item that I don't usually have with me. I have a Canon T6i that you're watching this through, and I have an Olympus OM1. Now this is the 35mm film cameras of the 35mm film cameras. As far as like a cheap price range goes, this is the best one that you can get. Everything is manual, and it even has a mirror lockup if you're taking long exposure landscape photos or something like that. So this thing is really awesome. I also have an SJ cam, which is the same as a GoPro, and I think it shoots probably on par with a Hero 3, not a Hero 5 by any means, but it shoots good HD video in 30 frames a second. It does what I need it to do. There's a waterproof housing. It gets the job done. To help me out with lighting, I have 2 LED little hot shoe mounted lights that I carry with me in my bag. Right now only one of them has batteries in it, but they come super in handy if I want to give a little bit of light on one side and let the other side of the face be dark. If I'm in a dark situation and I need a little bit of light, not much, but just a little bit, these will help. However, they do get pretty bright, so you can't really tell because it's daytime, but they do get really bright. I also have a little floaty holder for my GoPro, and a handle for my camera. So my camera will mount right here, and then I can hold it like this and get some really good, really steady shots. And I can also mount a light here, or a microphone here and a light here, or a mic on my camera, a light here and a monitor here, or a monitor here and a light. It doesn't matter. All of these are hot shoe mounts, so I can put them in any configuration I want. I can even put my GoPro on there if it's tight. The last big item that I keep in my bag is going to be my Steadicam, and this thing, it really goes everywhere with me just because I really love to use it. Almost any slow motion or any steady shot that you see on my YouTube channel is going to be shot with this. I use it all the time, even if it's not going in a YouTube video. Sometimes I'll just make videos just to watch how ridiculously smooth it is. But I really love this thing. I want to use it even more. I want to make a movie just so that I can use this. I want to make a movie anyway, but yeah. It's kind of difficult to learn all of the little things that you have to do to keep it right. Balancing it is super annoying, but once you get it there, I would say leave it there and then just have your camera in the same exact configuration when it's on there, so then you don't have to worry about it. You just plop it on there, fine tune it if it needs it, and you're good to go. This will fit in my backpack. As big as this is, my backpack is still bigger, and that thing is massive. It will fit in there in this configuration if I need it to. It's pretty rare that I do that, just because it takes up a lot of room. But I will do that sometimes if I'm going from one location to the other and I just need to throw it in there so I don't have to carry it. But most of the time, if I'm going to a location and I need to pack my backpack, I don't need to be carrying stuff, and I need this out of my way, I'll break it down and it will fit nicely in the bottom slot of my backpack. I also have a tiny little tripod that I use for vlogging. It just lets me hold the camera without having to hold the grip backwards or something weird like that. It just gives me a good grip on it. It also lets me set it down places and get cool low angle pictures or video if I want to. Just because it's really low, it has a ball head on it, so that's very helpful. And one really cool thing that I just got is an intervalometer, and that is for time lapses or long exposures. So it's basically the same as a shutter release button, but it has a timer on it. So I can set it to take one picture every 3 minutes for 4 hours, or 2 pictures every minute for 30 minutes, or 1 picture every 30 seconds for 30 minutes. Whatever I want it to do, I can set it to that, click the button, and I'm good to go. I can also use it for long exposures. Like I said, if it's on bulb mode, I can click it there, push it up, and it locks it. And then I can take a 10-minute exposure, 30-second exposure, a 2-hour exposure, whatever I want to do. This will let me do it, and I never have to touch my camera. So in those long exposures, I never mess up the shot. That is pretty much it as far as the big items that are in my camera bag. There's obviously little stuff like the adapters for my lenses, the adapters for the ND filter for each of my lenses. And I also have a Rode mic. It's a video micro. That's what you're hearing me through right now. It works pretty good. I really like it so far. It's small, it's compact, and it came with a dead cat, which is the furry looking thing on top of it to keep it from sounding too windy. Obviously SD cards, hard drives, computer stuff. Sometimes my computer's in here. Just little odds and ends, extra batteries, just stuff like that. I obviously have. I don't need to show you that. You know what that looks like. But I hope this video has helped you maybe decide some stuff that you want to start carrying to get different shots. You don't need all of this by any means to go take pictures or to go take video. Use what you have and accumulate stuff over time. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I might do another one of these while I'm in Costa Rica on what I decide to take to Costa Rica, why I took it. It might be kind of like a live video, except not live because there's not going to be any internet. So that'll be fun. But if you did like this video, hit thumbs up and share it with your friends if they like cameras, if they like camera gear or any kind of tech or anything like that. Share it with them. Hit subscribe. This Friday, I've got a Photography Fridays video coming out. Yeah, so I've been inactive a little bit, but I'm getting back into it. My motivation is high. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.